Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Belial's Thoughts. Um, Yesterday I had posted that I was going to do a review of the Tim McGraw Faith Hill Soul2Soul tour that Jen and I saw over the weekend. So here is that video. Um, First and foremost, we see shows quite a bit. Um, I know we get our balls busted about it about oh well, you spend a lot of money on shows and this that and the other thing. Well, know what I say is I listen, unless you're paying our bills, tell me how to spend my money and how I like to. Um, it's one of those things, man. Shows are the best. Concerts, um, Broadway, whatever. Anything live entertainment is incredible. I don't care if you don't like artist, performer, whatever. It is literally the one thing that makes me personally feel alive in the moment. Um, you know, Growing up, country music to me was just it. It wasn't my thing. It was, my dad's side of the family. Um, Country music was always on. But it was the old country. It was, Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Patsy Cline, Conway Twitty, all the now as an adult, all the greats that as a 12, 10, 11, 12, 13-year old, I didn't give a shit about. When I was that age, it was classic rock because that's what my parents listened to and still do, which is a huge, huge thing for me still. Um, then as I got older, 16, 17, 18, getting out of high school, it was the heavy metal, it was the Korn, the Slipknot, the fucking, Marilyn Manson. It was all that shit. It was all that, I hate my parents and fuck you if you don't like it kind of music. Um, but as I got through that and into college, it moved to bands like OAR, who I'm a huge fan of, which is a whole video by itself. Dave Matthews, Fish, The Dead, bands like that. This band right over my shoulder here is a band called Red, Wanting Blue. They're also one of my favorites. Stephen Kellogg and the Sixers, Stephen Kellogg by himself. The list goes on. However, once I hit, I want to say 21, 22, country music and the new country music kind of hit home. It was it become almost all I listen to. I would say 90% of the shows we go to see now are country shows. A couple of months ago, we saw Eric Church in New Hampshire, and I used to work in a venue, and I saw Eric a couple of times, and he was from me to the wall, fucking unbelievable, man. Eric Church, if you want to see some good live country, that's a guy you want to see. But forget about everybody else. This is about Tim and Faith. Now, going into it, I always used to say to Jen, Tim McGraw, I don't know. I don't know if I'd pay to see him. I don't know if I'd pay to see him. I don't know if I'd pay to see him. And she said to me, he's great. He's great. I've seen him. I've seen him. He's great. We got to do it. We should go. And Faith Hill, never knew much about her. Her big hits, This Giz, um, the other one that's slipping my mind. But I have to say, I'm fucking so glad I went. Unbelievable show. Now that's something that I think these country artists now do better than anybody else that's out there. They put on a show. That's huge, huge. Putting on a show. Listen, if I'm spending upwards of $100 a ticket, I better be entertained for 2 hours, hour and a half. And that's the other thing that pisses me off for bands that go out and tour, do an hour and a half set as the headliner, and get off the stage. Why are you wasting my time and the audience? Well, everybody else, obviously. And why you charging these outrageous prices for an hour and 45 minutes? It's nuts. Anyway, to me, shows should be 2 hours plus without even thinking about it. So yeah, Tim and Faith, unbelievable. Now, Jen and I, when we first started dating, we went and saw Garth Brooks, and he was with Trisha Yearwood, his wife. And maybe fair or unfair, I have, since that show, I have compared every show I've seen to Garth. Um, what a show that was. But that, again, not the point. So opening up was Lori McKenna. She was local girl from Boston. She was fucking amazing. She was so good. I didn't realize the songs she has written for other people, the songs she has. She's somebody I would see again, all by herself. Just incredible. Just incredible. She really kicked off the night. You know, from that moment, you knew it was going to be a great show. And it was. You know, she went off the stage, she played about half hour, 40 minutes, whatever. And then Tim and Faith came on, and it was just, from the intro to them getting onto the stage and doing their first song was just like, whoa. It was something out of almost a movie. You know, they come from underneath the stage, and, you know, I said to Jen, I go, imagine if they come out and just had sex with each other right here. Like, everybody would still lose their mind. And that's almost what they did. You know, they literally, they loved to each other with their words all night long. And that gave me the feels all night long. So they came out, they did a couple of songs together, you know, back and forth, back and forth. Tim goes off stage. Faith does a bunch of songs all by herself for about an hour or so, and then they switched. Tim came out, finished off the show, and then they did a couple of songs together. I can't tell you what songs they played, what order they played them in. I can tell you a few songs they played. Obviously, they played the big hits. The one part of the show, and I'm not afraid to admit this, one part of the show, Tim played one of his newer songs called Humble and Kind. And I bawled like a child. Like a child cried. So there's a story with that. When my son was probably 4 or 5, maybe even 6 months old, he started finally staying with me overnight. And there was one night, Jen hadn't started living here yet, and my son was having a really, really tough night. And I called her, and I was like, I was in tears. He was in tears. You know, I'm a new dad. Didn't know what the hell to do. My son's mother had said, you know, oh, play some of these songs. You know, it really kind of helps him out. I played some of those songs. Wasn't working. And then I remembered she had said something about this new Tim McGraw song. Found it, put it on, and my son just mellowed the fuck out. And like, it worked. And I'm a big believer in the power of music, and it just like it resonated at that moment on how powerful music can be, especially when you need it. And apparently my son needed it at that point because he heard it and he was out. He was fine. So the relationship with me and my son has been nothing less than a roller coaster since the day he was born. Long story short, I don't have full custody of my son. You know, I get him every other weekend, holidays, all that bullshit. Um, but like, whenever I hear this song, Humble and Kind, all I think about is him. It's it. And if you haven't heard it, maybe I'll put a link to it on this video. You gotta listen to it. Like, if you have kids, or raising a kid, or have raised a kid, or whatever, like, it's everything you hope for your child. Um, you know, I'm not saying I'm the best parent in the world. Because I don't think I am. I mean, I do an okay job, but you know, I want more from my kid than I had. And I know we all say that. I know it's cliche and it's all that. It's silly shit to say, but it's true. You know, and it's times like that. You know, I'm in a venue of 11,000 people, give or take, and I'm fucking bawling my eyes out. You know, it's a good thing Jen's to my left and nobody else can see me, because they'd be like, look at this fucking 30-year-old pussy. Because that's kind of how I felt. But that's okay, because, you know, when a song can hit you like that and all you think about is your kid and your family, I think you're doing something right. I think you're doing something right. You know, I got a couple of other songs that make me think of my son and, you know, my fiance and my stepson and my family in general. And it's like, when I hear those songs, it's, it's heavy. Um, it's heavy. Anyway, so um, yeah, but so Tim Faith, like, if you ever get the chance and you haven't, go. Even if it's just Tim by himself or Faith by herself. I know the last time Tim toured was with Kenny back in 2012, I want to say. I think that's what we looked at and saw with the Brothers and Son tour, which I missed, but whatever. Not sure when the last time Faith um, went out by herself. But yeah, go see it. Trust me. Even if you're not a fan of country music or a fan of theirs, their the show was incredible. The band, fuck, you know, they were great too. Just unbelievable all around. Um, just all around incredible. I would say a little north of 2 hours the show was, give or take. Yeah, they went on about 10 to 9, get off about 11. Yeah, um, unbelievable, unbelievable show. We sat up we were at the Garden. It was the TD Garden in Boston. um, I bought tickets that day on StubHub. I'm not sure I should say that. Sat up in the premium club. That was gorgeous too. Seats are comfy. I'm a big fan of standing for shows. We didn't really stand too much. The seats were that comfortable and nobody else was around standing. And, you know, we didn't want to be those assholes that were like, yeah, fuck yeah, you know. But um, you know, the face value on those seats are $130 a piece. So, you know, you're sitting up there, you're there to have the experience, and we didn't want to take that away from anybody. Um, but yeah, it was, you know, like I said, concerts are my thing. Tim and Faith were pretty spot on. I've seen a lot of shows, and that show is definitely up there for most entertaining, most inspiring. Like, like I was saying earlier, when you can be in a venue and feel like it's you and them and no one else, phew, they've got it. They've got it. And I think I felt that. That was now 2 or 3 times now in my life where I felt that, where it was just, me and Jen, and then all, everybody else wasn't even there. And that's a lot of things when you feel that. Um, so yeah, I mean, I know it's not the best review. I know, I could probably critique and say, oh, well, this song could have been a little bit better, or that song could have been a little bit better. But you know what? When you're in an experience like that, you're not really, you're not looking for the nuances. You're looking for the thing. Actually, the one thing we had said when we left was that one of my favorite Tim McGraw songs that I've actually was the reason I got into Tim McGraw or knew anything about him was a song called "Don't Take the Girl." And if you've ever heard that song, that hits you in the feels too. Um, but yeah, it was. He didn't play it, so I was a little bummed out. Um, but he did play him and Faith. They closed out the show. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up because I want to make sure I get this right. Um, oh, here it is. Yep. It was a song called "I Need You." Tim and Faith did it. Oh, oh, oh. If you heard that, please don't sue me. I'm just looking shit up. Um, yeah, it's off an album, I guess. Let It Go. I don't know. I'm looking on here on Spotify. Again, don't sue me. I'm saying shit I probably shouldn't. But yeah, I Need You, and they were sitting like me to you. And like it was one of those scenarios where they literally like had sex with each other right on the stage vocally, and it was like my heart felt like it was pounding out of my chest. It was just unbelievable. So yeah, so like I said, Tim and Faith, go see them. Go see them. And don't ever let anybody tell you that your sense of music is wrong or it sucks or whatever. Um, I don't necessarily like every sort of music, but like I get it. You know, it's music is life. Music is life. I'm going to talk a lot about music, I think, in these vlogs, excuse me. And I'm sure I'm going to talk about music that you don't like, and I'm probably going to not talk about music you like. But like I said, comments. I'll talk about music you like that I don't. I'll probably shit on it the whole time, but that's why I'm here, and you're not. Sorry, that was kind of a dick statement. But yeah, again, I saw there was a lot of views on my last video. I thank you for that. Um, there's only a few of you subscribing though, so let's spread the word, spread the love. Um, I'm starting to get used to this a little bit. I'm gonna touch my face and fucking do my hands and drink and yeah, whatever. Like I said, this isn't like a formal thing yet. I leave for Virginia in a couple of days, so the next couple of days the videos might not be here, but the over the weekend, Matt and I are heading out Thursday morning. We're gonna a little music thing. The band, my favorite band, OAR. They're from Rockville, Maryland. We're gonna go see a few things with them. Place called the Black Rock, and then the Tree. That's their kind of thing. That's on the cover of an album called In Between Now and Then. And then part of their Rockville LP. I'll tell the whole story then, and I'll post pictures and shit if I can figure that out. And then we're gonna spend some time in DC Thursday night, do dinner, see the sights. Friday he's got a wedding for a family member. No, Saturday he's got a wedding for a family member. Friday is gonna be dicking around, and then we're gonna head out Saturday night, start making our way back home. Be home Sunday. So yeah. So if you don't hear from me until then, that's what's going on. That's what's to be looked forward to. If I might do some little videos while I'm gone. The episodes are going to be the longer ones, like this one. I'm going to do quick shit too. Matt's probably going to join me a couple of times over the weekend. So, before I forget, I was told that my lips and the sound aren't connecting. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing that now too. I'm not sure why the fuck that is. Maybe it might be because of my computer, because it's a piece of shit. Um, but like I said, I got the GoPro. I got my phone. I'll try some new shit. But right now I can kind of see myself, and I can see what's going on with that there. But you know what I said? Like I said, it's a learning curve. There's gonna be something new every fucking time I do this. So you know. So until next time, thanks again for watching, tuning in. This is episode 2. Episode 3 will be next time. It'll probably be a recap of my trip. Like I said, there's going to be little videos while we're gone posted to the YouTube channel. But thanks. Have a great night. Be safe. And be kind to one another.